Everyone was warned, but no one listened. A rise in temperature, ocean patterns changed, and ice caps melted. They called it extreme weather. They didn't know what extreme was. In the year of 2019, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and droughts unleashed a wave of destruction upon our planet. And
do you want to know what it is?
Information.
Remember,
Information.
all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. Over the last 10 years, our world has changed in so many different ways, and not for the better, possibly for the worst. Another thing that's changed, especially in the last 2 years, and many people are taking notice, are our skies. Many people around the world don't even know each other, taking pictures, videos of things that should not even be on camera, but they are. We get told these are camera abnormalities. Your camera's faulty. Wait, that's a lens flare. No, they're not. These things are real. They're there. They're reflections, projections of things that are in our sky. Of course, all our cameras are faulty. These are your pictures, subscriber pictures of things that they've noticed. And there's some very, very strange pictures here. Let's have a look at these faulty cameras. Let's have a look at this picture from Lucas, and thanks for sending it in. At first glance, there's nothing wrong. If you just peruse the picture, you could go outside, look at the sky and see exactly the same thing. If we were to look up, the chances of us actually seeing anything without the aid of a camera are very, very slim. With technology in our hands, it enhances what we can see. It brings out those things that are hidden. Well, that shouldn't be on camera. Let's talk about this picture. First of all, man is very, very good at making straight lines. That is a fact. Look at your TV, look at your laptop, look at your phone, look at the table. Hey, nature, on the other hand, is chaotic in its nature. It's not chaotic at all. It's geometrical, very much so. Sacred geometry. But when you go to the sky, we shouldn't be seeing shapes in the sky. Very important. We shouldn't see squares, rectangles, triangles, circles. So in this picture, there is something out of place, and that out of place thing is here. I'm looking at a wafer in the sky. I'm not saying it's anything but straight lines in nature, especially in the sky, because the wind doesn't blow shapes. You've got a question. Looking in the background, how dark it is. Then we go up here, and you can see what appears to be a lens flare, a triangle, a diamond, possibly in the sky, with a strange lens flare. Something that shouldn't be on camera, and what it rightly is, not rightly too sure. I'd like to thank Charles for sending these pictures in, and many people around the world are starting to pick up on this, how red it's become at night, during the day, when the sun sets, when the sun rises, when the moon sets and moon rises. It's red. We've always had red sunrises and red sunsets, but they've become more intense as the last couple of years have gone by. Look how many chemtrail planes are in the sky, always in front of our sun. Very, very local red. What colour is our sun? It's yellow. It's not white like a great big LED torch in the sky. Many people say because of our atmosphere. What's changed? Because when I was a child, it was yellow. Hey, go figure. This red object, is it because there is something red coming towards us? Many people are showing it. And, yeah, I tend to agree. Things have changed in such a manner. Hey, thanks for those, Charles. let's have a look at this picture from Dominic, and we were talking about 40 cameras. This is one of those 40 pictures. Because we can see question marks and arrows in the sky, there is a very important point I'm trying to make here. If you're sending me photos or videos, please don't overlay them, edit or whatever it is, because it will change the resolution of the picture. If you're worried that I'm not going to see the object that you're pointing out, please just write it in an email, let me know. Anyway, let's get on and diagnose this picture. This object here, which she's kindly pointed out, and this object just here are both the same. They're lenses being projected backwards onto the camera lens. We could see that over here. Many different lenses. Lens in front of the sun simulator and many different lenses in place to hide the incoming planets. I've shown this many different times. Many other people are catching exactly the same thing. If your camera is in the right place, right time, right angle, you'll get to see this. We can tell it's something that's somewhere else because look at the colour in the centre. Of course, yeah, 40 picture. It was taken through glass, I'm sure. And it's a lens flare, mate. Seta sent me this link, and thank you very much. You get the credit for this, brother. UND Aerospace Department, Atmospheric Sciences, 9th of September 2018. Nice bit of video. It's a time-lapse we're looking at. I've taken a small segment of this time-lapse because we do like a good sunset, don't we? Especially when they look like this. Lots going on in this video. We can see the chemtrails in the sky. Such nice chemtrails. Oh. We're looking at our sun simulator. We're also looking at a sun halo. That is black. Normally in the chemtrail sky we get to see that halo and its ice crystals. But today it's black because the camera is catching it. And is our atmosphere really that dirty? We've got this object here. This is a lens, and it happens to be the same shape as this red lens just here. Funny that. We got a lens flare here and we got a lens flare here. How do we know these are lens flares? Because they go the opposite direction to the light source, 180 degrees. Underneath here we got an object. This is a projected image, and we'll get to see this in a second. It follows our sun, but it's not there. It's up there. It's running through 3 lenses. I'll explain and you'll understand as we go through the video. Just take notice of this here. Red. Very, very red. Everybody's seeing red. Look at this just here, and you can see this object. This object just here is this object here. This object here is this object here, I do believe. And very, very red. That triangle, which is just here, happens to be, yeah, it's red. Like I say, this object here, I believe to be this object here. There seems to be something there. And you can see the lens system around the outside, and it's all being projected. And it's red, and yeah, it doesn't look right. We get to this point here. Take notice of what happens here. What colour is this changing to? You can see the lens system in the background. What colour is this? It's yellow. Now, if it was at the bottom of the sun and sun simulator, it would have disappeared by now. It's at the top. Understand what I'm trying to say? Projected image of our sun, I do believe. But that isn't the end of the story. How the sky turns. What just happened there? Did the sky just flip out? Now, most of you are saying, why don't you stick a filter on that, Nige? Equalise, and let's have a look at what happens. Equalise brings all the colours, contrast, and everything up to a normal. Yeah, so it's got to be there in the first place. It doesn't put anything into the video. It doesn't take anything out of the video. It just enhances what we can see. Red. Look at the sky. It certainly doesn't look right. At this point, what I'm going to do is point out the rest of the video. Look how normal it looks. Then we look at this here. This doesn't look normal at all. To me, I'm just looking at a big TV screen being projected backwards onto the sky. Did we just witness one of those don't adjust your mind, there's a fault with reality moments? With the filter on, without the filter, there isn't a difference, a great big deal of difference between the two pictures, especially at the bottom. I think you can agree there is a major difference in our sky. Why is that normal? And why does that look like a cartoon? Like I said, the filter doesn't actually bring or put or take anything away. It just... Of course, what we're looking at is a 40 camera. That's all it can be. And then the sky does that. Well, definitely a 40 camera. There's technology in our sky. There's a lens system put in place to hide the objects that are coming. Fact. Well, I ain't buying that, Nige. Well, that's a good job because I'm not selling it. I'm just showing you with videos, with pictures, that there's something very, very wrong. Red, white. What colour is our sun? Oh, look, it suddenly appears. Yellow, red. What? Yeah. This is a time lapse, and I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below. Very short segment, and have a look at this one for your perusing pleasure. Let me just show you something that happens. I think you might find quite interesting. Lens system. And we've got this line that appears just here. Lens system. And up here in the sky, what do we get to see? Just here, a lens system. Lens system. Just here you can see the lens system. So as this object will get in line, it will project an image of that lens just here. Not really too sure what's going on here. And hey presto, here comes that lens. What you're going to tell me is a reflection from the camera lens. I tell you what, you really do need to buy a new lens for your camera because that looks absolutely, yeah. And with these lenses, there's always two lines. I've always said 2 lines. 2 lines. Technology in our sky. Yet again, one of those 40 cameras. Of course it is. Eliza sent these pictures in. Thank you very much. X marks the spot. Very, very red. Of course, this is totally normal. Yet again, another picture. Different angle. Look at the chemtrails, and we've got to breathe that stuff in. And look at this picture. Our skies look so alien. Very, very dark. Oh, it's because it's overcast. Maybe. And here's a picture from Jackie from the UK. Look at this. What are we looking at? It looks like it's got jet engines on the back and it's got a vapor trail going on. Technology that, yeah, not rightly too sure what we're looking at. Something that shouldn't be on camera. I'm sure it's top secret. And Jackie, yeah, again, look at this. Half shoe. Yeah, totally normal. Our skies are fine. Nothing to worry about. John, thanks for sending this picture in. Very intriguing. Look at the background. Very, very red. Chemtrails. Scalar clouds. Nothing wrong here at all. We're looking at this object we've seen many times today. Always looks the same. Big white LED torch in the sky. You can see the lens around the outside. There seems to be something just there. And there seems to be something just here. There also seems to be a lens flare here and here. Let's have a closer inspection on that. And we've seen this a few times. A lens. A reflection of that lens that happens to be in the sky. And there happens to be many of them. Let's have a look at this object. And what is a lens flare? It's a representation of a light source. Focusing on this object here. Not the object itself, the lens flare, focus it in, you would actually get to see what that light source was. For me, what I'm looking at is just another bit of proof, proving that there's something wrong in our skies. For us to take photographs like this, there must be something there in the first place. Oh yeah, it's a faulty camera thingy-majiggy lens flare. Yeah, whatever. The next bit of footage we're going to look at is from Risey. Rise Up with Risey. I'll leave the links to his channel in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find. Please go over, watch the video. If you enjoy it, please thumbs it up. He sent me the raw footage. Let me show you what I found. Planetary object UFO in the South UK. I've got to say, I don't profess to have all the answers, because I don't. I'm just like you. Just a typical bloke taking an interest in what's going on in the sky, interpreting what I look at the best I can. I'm not saying I'm right, but I don't think I'm too far off the mark. This object here, plasma ball, it's got a circle inside. It looks like there's something inside it. This sort of like, yeah, energy. But inside that, there seems to be something else. We can see there's a circle inside it. Inside that, there seems to be another circle. It keeps on changing colours. Whether it's spinning around, not rightly too sure, but here we get a clearer shot. It looks red. And we got that centrepiece there. Pure energy. What are we looking at? Is it a ship? Is it man-made? Is it extraterrestrial? Is it interdimensional? What I'm telling you is it's something that shouldn't be on camera. Pure energy ball. That's what I'm looking at. Many people have caught these. Something, well, you make your own minds up on that one. Something that shouldn't be on camera. Whatever it might be. 17 minutes into this video, and I'm sure you've had enough of my voice. I've got still loads and loads of pictures to show you, so I'm most probably going to do a live stream in the next couple of days, and we can see the rest of those. And there are some very, very interesting ones. Let me just wrap this up very, very quickly. 10 years ago, if you go back, we never saw pictures like this. They just didn't exist, and I'm not just talking about this picture here, I'm talking about the pictures we've looked at today, because they've just turned up over the past 5-6 years. Strange things in our sky that never existed quite some time ago. We've always had lens flares. Don't forget what a lens flare is a representation of a light source. It's a projected image of that source. If we zoom in, we will get to see that this object is our moon. Representation of the light source. But looking at this picture, this is a picture that I took as I was making this video. The moon. Chemtrail clouds. And look, we're looking at rainbows around our moon. Of course, this is rainbow ice crystals. But people look at this and they just don't even bat an eye. There is nothing wrong. I'm looking at everything wrong. But hey, that's all I've got for you now. Much love, much peace. And every camera is faulty. And there's nothing wrong. And yeah. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.